recording. Yes. Welcome to Small Business Mommy. I'm insane, probably, for starting another Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever, but I've been meaning to do this for a little while now to share what I've been working on. And I'm hoping that this will help somebody else out there. But first of all, who am I? I'm Rachel Ober, and I've been a software engineer for over 10 years now. I graduated back in 2008 from Northeastern University with a Bachelor of Science in Software Engineering, or Computer Science and Cognitive Psychology. Last year, in June 2018, I decided to leave the industry and take some time off for myself. I was pretty burned out, and during that time, I took 3 months off during the summer just to kind of figure out where my head was at, and I got to the end of the summer and figured out that I wanted to start my own business, and it was an idea that I had wanted to do for a number of years, but due to my full-time job, I didn't really have the bandwidth to mentally and even just physically, time-wise, put the effort and time into building the business. So I started taking those steps to do that. I decided on the name Developer Recipes, which I had owned the domain for a number of years. And if you are a software engineer, you're probably a lot like me in that you have a dozen domains because you had an idea and you're like, oh, I'm going to buy and snatch up the domain and then do nothing with it for a while, which is exactly what I did up until last year. In September, I then found out that I was pregnant, and so it was a hard decision to come to terms with this new business that I was building and a baby that I was growing, and whether or not that was going to be the best decision for me and my family. And I decided to stay with the business because over the past 3 or 4 months, I had started to feel mentally better, more confident in myself, and really excited by the potential opportunities for working for myself. And now it is a little bit more than a year later since I registered the business Developer Recipes. I did that in October of last year, and now it is officially November 2nd. And I wanted to document my process of going through immense fatigue, nausea, and concentration issues while I was pregnant, what I did during that time, and also just be honest with how long it kind of took me to figure out what my business actually was. I had so many interests, so many potential revenue streams, and how I had to try a couple different things and explore options as I was trying to find work, trying to find money opportunities, and the trial and errors of how to best spend my time to make that money. And specifically this month, I am looking to launch my first online course. And over the summer of 2019, I actually was in an incubator with Teachable, and this was like 2 months postpartum, so that was difficult. But I learned a lot about how to build an audience, how to find a product that would work with the people that I talk to most, which are software engineers. And at the end of this month of November, on Black Friday, I am looking to actually launch the course, keep the cart open for about 6 days, and hopefully get a dozen students who are going to be really passionate about hopefully either public speaking for the first time or really elevating their game, preparing for their first conference talk. So why Small Business Mommy? Why did I start this vlog? Funny enough, last night, my husband and I were sitting on the couch after putting my daughter to sleep, and we were watching somebody who had bought a laundromat and was collecting change from all the machines. And my husband leaned over to me and he's like, Rachel, why don't you do something like that? And it wasn't, no, Rachel, we shouldn't buy a laundromat. It was, Rachel, why aren't you documenting and posting to YouTube about all of the stuff that you've been doing, and just using that opportunity to talk to people. And he said this to me a number of times, and I've been thinking about documenting this process for a while, but just haven't jumped the gun. I was too worried about things not being perfect enough, And I'm settling on just doing this vlog. My hair's like not done, no makeup. I'm wearing this maternity sweater, and I just want to get the content out there. I just want to start talking. So that's that. One characteristic about me is that I always am documenting everything that I do, either for me in the future or to make someone else's path easier. And that may be because I'm a software engineer, and part of that practice is documenting and talking about what you do. But I definitely want to share my story and talk about it to give other people ideas about how to start a small business, or if you are a new parent or you're planning on being a new parent, how do you balance that? And while I might not be perfect at it, I can at least share my journey. So that's a little bit about why I'm starting this, what is next. So this is my intro video. Next, I'll talk about what I did today to actually start Small Business Mommy. And then I am planning to do a couple more videos about what I did right before I found out I was pregnant, certain decisions I made whenever I found out I was pregnant, some of the projects that I picked up during my pregnancy, some of the relationships that I cultivated, how I actually set up the business, and how I went through and found people to help me every day to start this business, how to price myself, all of these different things that have to do a lot with emotional things, and basically documenting my struggles with asking for help, which has always been something that's hard for me, and not actually knowing when to ask for help, which I think is really important. Sometimes I'll have questions, and a lot of times I'm like, well, I just have to figure this out for myself, when in reality it could be a lot easier reaching out to somebody else who has that knowledge already and can help you, or even being able to delegate stuff. So hopefully that'll be very interesting. So stay tuned, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications to find out if this Hot Mess Express either flies or flops. Thank you.